Hello everybody and welcome to round 5 of the unofficial tour series presented by Road to Glory, and today we are off to Durham in the very north of England, and we have got a tasty looking profiled course lined up for you this evening, and we'll be covering 2 races, Class A and Class B. Had some pretty good racing so far in both classes for the previous 4 races. So we started off week 1 in Salisbury, followed by Croydon. And last week we were in Aberystwyth over to Wales, followed by Northwich, which was last Thursday, and that provided some very good, exciting racing. And then today, you can see we're in Durham, there on the left-hand side, a nice big dip right in the middle of the course. And next week we go a bit further north, up to Motherwell, and then round 7, the twisty-turny, undulating Brooklands course back down in the south of England. So we're just about 3.5 minutes out from the start of the races. We'll be covering both races live, side by side, and focusing on the action that's taking place. This is a 7-race series, and the 5 best results of each rider is taken forward towards the overall points tally. So here we have Class A after 4 races. You can see Kieran Jarvis there currently leading with 268 points, winning race number 2. He followed that up with a 4th place last time out. And then PDQ Coach currently in 2nd place, and Mateusz Wojtek currently 3rd place. Raul Lopez there missing out last time round, but he is in today's race, as is James Malville, who is level on points with Tim May. He was the winner in round 4. He had a very impressive ride off the front of the group. He went long, went solo, and almost lapped the remaining field. Very impressive race by him last time out. And there's me in 7th place, currently with 2 races under my belt. And hopefully I'll be completing the next 3 races to help shoot me up that leaderboard. So best of 5, 500 points is the maximum you can get. And here we have the B class then, with Edgaris Spiridonov currently in the lead. Although from what I've seen, I think he's been promoted up to the A class due to some outstanding performances. He again also went solo last week, managed to bridge across to a breakaway and then drop them and leave them behind. It's a lot more hotly contested in Class B, so the field is quite tight there. You've got Angus Smith in 2nd, just 4 points ahead of Stefano Brunelli, and then David Tuttle, Eric Kirby, Julian Fussell. So we'll see how they all get on today. A few more opportunities to get on that leaderboard. I'm sure it's all going to change between now and the end of race number 7. So here we are then. Here's today's course, which in plan from the air looks relatively simple, but the Fiat South Street, you lose all your momentum coming down the hill into that right-hander, that sharp corner, so you can carry no speed into that 9% gradient of South Street. So we're looking at 34.5 kilometers today in total, 550 meters. It's round about, well, it's 25 laps, and we're about to get going then. Good job on paying attention as we're off. There we go. we're all away. So a group of 15 or so in Class A. And looks like we've got a big field, as expected, in Class B as well. So first time down this descent, there's that sharp right-hander. If you're not scrubbing too much speed. And into our first look up this little climb. Oh. That's a bit of a brute. That is going to split the field every lap, I imagine. That is going to come quick and often. So you can see in both races how that hill has strung things out straight away. It's a 1.38 kilometre lap. You can see the damage in B class already down to around about 20 riders in that front group. I'm sure there'll be some riders just trying to tag in on this first part of the lap. So around about 60 riders in the B class, but already down to 20 in that front group. Just shows how much damage that hill has done. See Buonassi there, up near the front, one of the Velocity Vixens, strong female rider, was riding in the Woodstock Challenge at the weekend. As we come round, hit that climb again, which actually peaks at around 19%. See Spiridonov there, the category leader in the B class. Looks like they're staying in B class for the time being. A few other familiar names there: Bob Gorman, Alex Plager from Ratio Racing, Will Hutchins. Doesn't appear to be any SDW riders this week. It's about how looks to make a little break off the front, 20 meters or so. I'm sure that'll come back together along the start of this third lap. In Class A, we've got around about 13 riders together in the bunch. Raul Lopez back this week after missing week 4. Joris Sheppers, Matt Looker, Igor Kops, James Melville. Familiar names there. each of them with some firepower. Guillaume Toffoli, Daniel Cadiz, a strong time trialist. So it levels off, but it's almost uphill the whole way to the line after that little climb. Short, steep. And there's a right-hander, and then you can see the line. So your legs will be burning. You try and hold on if you've gone early. We'll try and close down if you're in the following pack. So it looks like a group of 3 then in Class B have made a 50-metre gap stick. Got the French rider Fenet, the previously mentioned Alex Plager, and the previously mentioned Bauhau, all just around about 50 metres off the front. But it looks like that's coming back together. There's quite a spread in that Class B. You can see in the top right hand corner all the little white dots indicating the rider positions on the course. Front of the pack about to start that downhill again. And the riders at the back still making their way up it on the previous lap. So those front 3 have been caught then in the Class B race. It shows what can happen with a bit of an attack on that climb and then approach to the start-finish line. That climb is just going to sap the energy lap after lap. It comes around every 2 minutes or so. Each of these races are 25 laps. Some of these laps are a little longer. We're going around at 2:06. So we're going to be around about 50 minutes on that pace. Class B lapping just a little bit behind, a little bit slower. As we see another split, this time with 7 riders off the front. So those numbers might work out a bit better. "40-metre gap or so for those riders. Greater numbers. So it looks like Spiridonov, the category leader, is in that chasing pack, so he's going to have a bit of incentive to try and close that down. And there we go, as they hit the downhill, that group of 7 gets caught and it's closed back up again. And then stretches again on the uphill. Again, forming a split. I imagine that pattern will repeat throughout the event. Small gaps forming, then closing back up. As the race develops and each lap develops. So in Class A, it looks like Jarvis is the latest casualty. They were riding quite high in the GC, second place I think, possibly even top. But they've fallen out of the pack and they're now 120 metres back and out of the points. As I get my second fan on. So that slope really scrubs your speed. You can drop from 50k per hour down to 20 in no time at all. As that last lap does more damage to this group in the Class A race, and in Class B looks like it's down to a front 9. You can see there Lopez trying to get back on, but PDQ coach and Roberts, the latest riders to fall out the back. But it is the best of 7. That doesn't mean the series is over for those riders. They will have other opportunities. And they might yet still catch one of these riders from the front group. Still a lot of racing to go. Only a quarter of the way into this event. You can see there Ramsack his speed, 50 kilometres as he hits that sign. But dropping down. See riders like Toffoli there, pushing hard to get back across. And Alex Plager now in Class B, 40 metres off the front. There's a tight group behind him of 6 or so riders. And then it's another 250 metres back for the rest of those riders. So almost Lopez and Cadiz dropped in Class A then. They just had to put in a big effort to get back on. Every time you do that, you are using energy, which means the next lap it's just going to be as hard, if not harder, to come back round and do it again. And the other riders in the race, they're going to see that. And they're going to try and capitalise. As we see Cops making a bit of an attack. And that's going to make the middle group chase and leave Cadiz and Luca in trouble. As that gap increases at both sides of the group. This group content at the moment with the way things are going. This Cops continues to put in this big effort. And now Ramsack tries to bridge across. Slovenian teammates, countrymen. Still early days though yet. Only a third of the way into the race. Oh, it's much slower there. Past the sign. As Melville now also bridges across to that front three. It's now 3 versus 4. So back in Class B, Lager's been caught. It's the front group of 8 again. A little bit stretched. That's going to just come up the hill. And I expect that'll come back together. So Dring is continuing to push on at the front of that group. Oh, this is very draining, this racing. I'm sure my heart rate's through the roof, but it's not displaying. Frustrating. Oh. So that time is down to 2 minutes 15 now. 10 seconds slower than earlier in the race. Really is hard going, I can tell you that. And you can probably tell from the lack of commentary. I'm just trying to concentrate at times, make sure I don't get dropped. So the A race is about 500 meters ahead of the B race. Every lap I'm up out of the saddle on that climb. Just trying to stay with our little group of 4. The front 3 are pulling away a little bit. Lipper and Cadiz are holding steady just behind us, about 200 meters back. And then they've got Roberts and PDQ Coach 300 meters behind them. And then Broadhead and KF's in races on their own, unfortunately, but trying to protect their rankings. There are official RGT rankings available in this race, so you want to make sure you finish and finish as high as possible. So in Class B, Spiridonov 40 meters ahead of Brunelli, 30 meters ahead of Smith, and then he's about 20 meters ahead of this group of 5, just a bit behind. So we know Spiridonov is strong. He might just be wanting to race his own race. Another little group of 2 just behind, fighting for 10th and 11th place. If I hit the hill again, oh, this is a brutal interval session. This will be doing the legs some good. We're barely halfway around, not quite yet. Still another 13 reps to go. getting all those donuts now. So kind of cover all the riders in both races. But once again in Class B, that lead changes. Now Brunelli and Plager first and second. That hill making it difficult every lap to try and get away on your own. Certainly keeping it open in the Class B race. In Class A, we've still got Melville, Eagle Copse and Ramsack in the front group of 3. And they're 400 metres up the road from this following group of 4 of Shepherds, Lopez, Toffoli and myself, Lister, with Luca and Cadiz in behind, 200 metres back. So it looks like Cadiz is stopping Luca. Cadiz is trying to make a strong effort to get back across to this group of 4 in Class A. There's Spiridonov in Class B. Comes back to the front using that climb to push themselves back to the front. Both races over halfway now. Lots of traffic in the Class B race, which riders can latch onto, grab a bit of rest, a bit of extra drafting. Right, there they are, front 2 from Class A. There's Ramsack just in behind. I'm sure that'll come back together as they approach the line. So Cadiz is just 50 metres behind this group. There he is, you can see them. Oh. fractured a little bit. There we go, good effort by Cadiz. He was 200 metres back from this group. He's got Matt Looker and he's bridged across. Oh. So a bit of fragmentation in Class B. 4 riders now off the front. They've got a nice looking gap now. 4 riders versus 4 riders. They can work together, that front group. Not attack each other. They should have a chance of staying away. 10 laps to go then. In Class A, don't know if Ramsack's had an issue or he's blown up, but he's dropped out of that front group of 3 and he's only 50 metres ahead of the chasing group. So in the space of a couple of laps, Cadiz has gone from 8th place off the back and now he's pushing the bridge across to Ramsack and jump into 3rd. So that group goes straight through Ramsack. Cadiz is attacking again. Oh. So now we're fighting for a podium in Class A. And in Class B, it's a front group of 3 now. But Smith has fallen away. It's 3 versus 5. But they've got a 170 metre lead as they approach the start-finish line. So the front three all together in that race. The chase a little bit fragmented as they came up that climb. My gear's crunching away on that climb. Oh. Attack, recover, attack, recover. Not the best course for commentary. But a good course for fitness. We're on lap 18 of 25. On the slightly easy part of the course. So Matt Looker doing a good job of holding off Roberts and PDQ coach. He's got around about a 200-metre lead, holding them at bay for the last 15 laps or so. Actually not quite that many, 10 laps maybe. So Copse and Malville, still your front two, 700 metres ahead. It's going to take a lot of effort to bring that back. This chase group now might just be thinking about that final podium place. Some of them might just be thinking about making it to the finish line. Oh. Lap times are getting slower and slower. 2 minutes 20 for that one. Not really surprising. It looks like Copse has dropped Malville. He's got a 70-metre lead, 90-metre lead. We know Copse is a very strong rider. Does well on the climbs. Got a high power rating. And looks like he's making his move with 6 laps remaining then. There's only about 400 metres behind this group of 5. Let's hope we can hold him off. So Class B, Brunelli now off the front as he hits the dip, 60 metres ahead of Spiridonov and Plaga. As Plaga comes across now then. Now Spiridonov catches them up. Real cat and mouse between those three, ever changing on the positions on the road. The course keeping it lively, mixing it up. And even Smith now is looking like they're coming back into it. He was 160 metres back. He's closed that to 50. So the front three in Class B extending their lead over the pack. They're getting an attack from Lopez out of the group in Class A. Might just be in response to this hill. He has been the last one up it the last few times. So he might just be hoping to get a bit of a jump, give himself a bit of breathing room. Let's get these. Opens up a gap. With the rest of the group, bit of cat and mouse. Oh. Apologies, I'm not speaking very clearly at all now. Just trying to keep my breath going. The Smith on Class B has fallen back again from that front group of 3. He got close. He was in the pain dangle zone. Wasn't able to make the junction. And now he's slipped back a bit. Ooh. Bit of chain slippage there as I got out the saddle. Three laps to go. 2 and a bit for Eagle Copse. Three more times only up that hill. Oh, looking forward to not doing that hill again after this 3rd time round. As we come round to lap, Law, Roberts, Looker and PDQ coach. Two laps to go. As Eagle Copse takes the bow, 1 lap to go for him. Superb ride. Malville holding strong in 2nd. And Cadiz breaking free of the group after catching them up. Looks like he's going to take third. In Cat B, one of three, Brunelli, Plager, or the series leader, Spiridonov. They're going to be your top three, but what order? They're about 3.5 minutes from the finish. Cops is right behind us. Is he going to lap us? I don't think so. I think we should just beat him to the line. Impressive riding. As we take the bow for the final lap. As Cops takes the win. Well done, Igor. Fantastic ride. If Plager and Brunelli and Spiridonov take the bow in Cat B. Malville coming up to the line then. He's going to take a well-earned second place. And Cadiz takes third. Oh, Defoe fourth, Lister fifth, Shepherd sixth, Lopez seventh. Oh. I sprint for the line. In Class B, Spiridonov ahead of Brunelli at the minute. 100 metres to go, but here comes Brunelli. Oh, he's taken him in the last 50 metres. Half a bike length. Brunelli from Spiridonov. And here comes Alex Plager, Rasso Racing to round out your podium. Oh. So he's in the last 40 metres then. Cruising home to take a podium. Well done, Alex. Well done, you front two. So that race blown apart. Smith 400 metres back. 2.5k back to 10th place. So 50 riders in that race, and it's riders spread out all over the course. You can see Smith there catching 15th place Davis, who is possibly 2 laps down. Only 11 places between them on the road, and another 30 to 40 riders behind Davis. Good ride by Smith. He couldn't quite get back into that front 3 to challenge for a podium, but he did hold off a group of 4 riders behind. So well done to him. And here's Will Hutchins then, breaking out of that group of 4. He's got a 20-metre lead over Austin as they come up to the line. Looks like he's going to hold him off as Will Hutchins takes the top 5. Austin not too far behind, and then his Dring coming across in 7th place. And Eric Fernay coming across in 8th place. So back in Class A, Looker and PDQ Coach coming across in 8th and 9th. So let's take a look then at those race results. Eagle Cops for that great watts per kilo there, 4.2, finishing over a minute ahead of James Malville. Another solid race by James. 4.33 watts per kilo. Then Daniel Cadiz bridging back after being dropped and then dropping that group himself to take 3rd in the bronze medal. You can see those 3 riders, watts per kilo, all above 4, everyone else below 4. You can see why they're your front 3. Then a pretty close battle from 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. All sprinting for the line there. Half a second between those 4. No one could get dropped. Bit of cat and mouse, but they all managed to stick together. Followed by Matt Booker, who in the end did back away from PDQ Coach, and Sam Roberts. So that's your top 10 in Class A. Take a look at the Class B then. Stefano Brunelli just taking the win, just ahead of Edgar Spiridonov. Look at that, 0.073 seconds. And then they managed to finish 20 seconds ahead of Alex Blago, just pulling away from him on that final lap. So those 3 were in the lead for 10 laps or so, I guess. They were clearly head and shoulders above the others. And then Angus Smith in 4th place, and then Will Hutchins just sticking it into 5th place ahead of Peter Austin, Paul Dring and Eric Fernay. And then Antonio Pereira coming across just under the hour mark there in 9th place, 2 minutes 24 back. Impressive watts per kilo there for Antonio, 4.55. A couple of riders there maybe considering whether they should be moving up to the Class A race. The points do carry across if they do want to step up. So that was a tough race with those that hill repeat every 2 minutes or so. That was up to 19% is what it said on the heads up display there. A little bit more than the 9% max gradient we were told on the pre-race profile chart. So we're off to Motherwell on Thursday, up in Scotland for round 6. And then the final race a week today on Tuesday, back down at Brooklands for the twisty turny course. That's going to be a very difficult race, I imagine, with so many turns. Lots of sprinting out of the corners, lots of opportunities to attack. Looks a bit flatter, so there won't be any sharp efforts like today. So I'm sure there'll be riders wanting to get into both those races to make sure they've got 5 results for the overall GC. All of the results are available on rgtdb.com, as well as the series results. Check out Facebook and the Discord channel for post-race analysis. And thanks to our broadcaster ZMS, and we're going to wrap it up there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Please give the video a like and subscribe to our Facebook channel and YouTube feeds. And we will catch you on Thursday for round 6 of the unofficial Tour Series, live from a virtual Motherwell. Thanks everyone, and see you next time.